"I'm here to see Mr. Calloway," Maya said, keeping her voice steady. "He's expecting me." The receptionist's eyebrows lifted. "Your name?" "Maya Thompson." The woman typed something, paused. Then her expression shifted entirely. "Oh, yes, Mr. Calloway left a note. Please, take the elevator to the 23rd floor. Someone will meet you there." Maya rode the elevator up, watching the city shrink below her through the glass walls. When the doors opened, a young man in a crisp suit greeted her warmly. "Ms. Thompson? I'm Eric, Mr. Calloway's assistant. Welcome. Follow me." He led her through sleek hallways to a corner office where Vincent was on the phone, gesturing at charts on a screen. He saw her, smiled, and wrapped up the call quickly. "Maya, you came. I said I would. Good." He stood and handed her a folder. Inside is a temporary ID badge, a company phone, and the address of a furnished apartment we keep for new hires. "It's yours for the first 3 months, rent-free. After that, you'll be earning enough to choose your own place." Maya opened the folder, stunned. Everything was real, documented, official. "Your title is Cultural Liaison and Translator," Vincent continued. "You'll work with our international teams, attend client meetings, and help us communicate better across languages and cultures. Starting salary is $75,000 a year." Maya's knees nearly buckled. Vincent noticed. "Sit down. Breathe." She did, tears streaming down her face now. "I don't know what to say. Say yes." "Yes," she whispered. "Yes, thank you. Don't thank me yet. This job is real work. I'm not going easy on you." Maya smiled through her tears. "I didn't expect you to." Part 6. The whispers in the hall the first few weeks were a whirlwind. Maya moved into the apartment, small but clean, with a real bed, a kitchen, and windows that let in light. She bought a few work outfits, got a haircut, and slowly started looking like herself. Again, at the office, she threw herself into the work. She translated documents, joined video calls with clients in Paris and Madrid, and helped negotiate contracts with a supplier in Cairo. Her language skills were flawless. Her cultural insights invaluable. But not everyone was happy about it. Rebecca Harmon, the senior translator who botched the meeting with Lu Wei, watched Maya with barely concealed resentment. She'd been with the company for 6 years and didn't appreciate being shown up by a homeless woman Vincent picked up off the street. "Charity case," Rebecca muttered to another coworker one day in the break room, just loud enough for Maya to overhear. Maya pretended she hadn't heard. But the words stung. Rebecca wasn't alone. A few others whispered too, speculating about how Maya really got the job, implying things that made Maya's stomach turn. Still, she kept her head down and worked harder. Then, one afternoon, Rebecca made her move. During a meeting with a French client, Rebecca interrupted Maya mid-translation, correcting her in front of everyone. "Actually, that's not quite right. The proper phrase is, 'No,'" Maya said calmly. "It is right. What I said reflects the formal register appropriate for this context. What you're suggesting is casual and would be considered disrespectful in a business setting." The French client nodded. "She is correct." Rebecca's face flushed red. After the meeting, she cornered Maya in the hallway. "You think you're so smart, don't you? Vincent might have felt sorry for you, but don't forget you're replaceable." Maya met her eyes, steady and unshaken. "We all are. That's why I work hard." Rebecca stormed off, but Maya knew this wasn't over. Part 7. The test that changed everything. 2 months into the job, Vincent called Maya into his office. His expression was serious. "We have a problem," he said. "Our Dubai contract is falling apart. The client feels disrespected, says our proposals are tone-deaf to their culture. I need someone to go there, meet with them face-to-face, and fix this." It's a $2 million deal. Maya's pulse quickened. You want me to go to Dubai? Yes. You speak Arabic. You understand cultural nuance. I trust you. He paused. But I have to be honest, Rebecca has been pushing for this assignment. She thinks she deserves it. Maya nodded slowly. And what do you think? I think you're the right person for the job. But this is your chance to prove it, not just to me, but to everyone who doubts you. Maya left his office with a plane ticket and a weight on her shoulders. Rebecca found out within the hour. She didn't hide her anger, but Maya didn't have time to worry about office politics. She had work to do. In Dubai, Maya met with the clients, 3 sharp, discerning businessmen who'd felt dismissed by previous proposals. She greeted them in Arabic, listened carefully to their concerns, and adjusted the presentation to honor their values and priorities. They didn't just accept the deal. They expanded it. When Maya returned, Vincent greeted her with a rare, genuine smile. You did it. They loved you. The office buzzed the news. Even Rebecca couldn't deny it, but Maya didn't gloat. She simply returned to her desk and kept working. She'd proven what she always knew. She belonged here. Part 8. Full circle 6 months after that cold morning by the river. Maya stood in Vincent's office once more. This time, she wasn't nervous. She was home. I wanted to talk to you about something, Vincent said. We're expanding our international division. I'd like you to lead it. Maya's breath caught. Lead it? You've earned it. You're not just a translator, Maya. You're a bridge. And we need more bridges in this world. Tears filled her eyes, but this time they were joyful. I won't let you down. You never have. Later that evening, Maya walked back to the riverfront, not because she had to, but because she wanted to. She sat on the same bench where she'd once slept and looked at the city she now called home again. A young woman approached hesitantly, holding a sign, homeless, hungry. Maya reached into her purse and pulled out a $20 bill. Then she sat down beside her. What's your name? Maya asked gently. Kaisha. Hi, Kaisha. I'm Maya. She smiled. You hungry? Let me buy you a meal. And then, if you want, I'll tell you a story about second chances. Taisha looked at her, surprised, hopeful. And Maya remembered something her mother used to say, we rise by lifting others. She'd been lifted. Now it was her turn to lift someone else. The city lights sparkled on the water, and for the first time in years, Maya felt truly whole, not because of the job or the apartment or the title, but because she'd rediscovered something the streets couldn't take away: her dignity, her purpose, and her voice, and she would never be silent again. The end. The morning fog rolled thick over the riverside overpass, turning the city into a ghost of itself. Beneath the concrete arch, where the traffic rumbled overhead like distant thunder, Maya Thompson arranged her few belongings with the same careful dignity she'd shown all her life. A worn blanket folded neat, a backpack holding everything she owned, a cardboard sign that read, "Anything helps. God bless." She was 43, but looked older. Life on the streets had a way of aging you fast. Still, her eyes held something the cold couldn't touch: a quiet intelligence, a warmth that hadn't been stolen yet. Maya hadn't always lived like this. 2 years ago, she'd been a teacher's aide at Lincoln Elementary, helping immigrant children find their voices in a new country. She spoke 5 languages: English, Spanish, French, Mandarin, and Arabic, learned from her late grandmother, her travels, and her love of connecting with people. But when her mother got sick, the medical bills swallowed everything. Then her mother passed. Then the eviction notice came. Then the streets became home. Now, she sat on a bench near the riverfront every morning, watching business people rush past in their tailored suits, clutching coffee cups and staring at phones. Most didn't see her. Those who did looked away quickly, as if poverty were contagious. But Maya never begged aggressively. She simply existed with her sign and her gentle presence, offering a soft "God bless you" to anyone who dropped a coin or a dollar into her cup. She didn't know that today everything would change. Across the plaza, a sleek black car pulled up to the curb. Out stepped a man in an expensive charcoal suit, silver hair perfectly styled, confidence radiating from every movement. His name was Vincent Calloway, and he was worth more money than most people could imagine. He was also about to meet someone who would remind him what true wealth really meant. Part 2. The deal that went wrong. Vincent Calloway didn't believe in wasting time. He built his empire, Calloway Global Industries, on efficiency, sharp instincts, and an ironclad refusal to tolerate incompetence. Today, he was meeting a potential business partner from Beijing, a man named Liu Wei, whose manufacturing contracts could expand Vincent's reach into Asia by millions. They met at a riverside cafe. All glass walls and minimalist furniture. Liu Wei arrived with his translator, a young woman who looked nervous. Vincent shook hands, smiled his rehearsed smile, and sat down to talk numbers. But within minutes, something fell off. Liu Wei spoke in rapid Mandarin, gesturing firmly. The translator hesitated, then offered a soft, vague response in English. "Mr. Liu says he is interested in your proposal." Vincent frowned. Liu Wei's tone didn't sound interested. It sounded skeptical, maybe even irritated. But Vincent didn't speak Mandarin, so he had to trust the translator. The conversation continued awkwardly. Liu Wei grew more animated, his words sharper. The translator kept offering bland, watered-down translations that didn't match the energy in the room. Finally, Liu Wei stood abruptly, said something cutting in Mandarin, and walked out. Vincent sat there, stunned. What just happened? The translator stammered. He said he needs to think about it. But Vincent knew a deal falling apart when he saw one. He just lost a multi-million-dollar opportunity, and he didn't even know why. Frustrated, he walked out of the cafe and stood on the plaza, trying to process what went wrong. His assistant was already on the phone, scrambling to salvage things. That's when Vincent's eyes landed on the woman, sitting on the bench. Maya. She was watching the river, her sign resting beside her, her face calm despite the cold. Something about her stillness caught his attention, and then, from across the plaza, he heard Liu Wei's voice again, angry, speaking Mandarin into his phone. Vincent turned toward the sound, helpless and furious. Then he heard another voice, softer, clearer. Maya single quotes S. She was speaking Mandarin. Part 3. The voice from the bench. Vincent froze. The homeless woman, the one he barely noticed moments ago, was standing now, a few feet from Liu Wei, speaking to him in fluent, confident Mandarin. Her tone was respectful but firm, and whatever she was saying, Liu Wei was listening. Vincent stepped closer. Unable to look away, Maya gestured gently toward the cafe. Then toward Vincent, her words flowing naturally. Liu Wei's expression shifted from anger to surprise, then to something softer. He nodded slowly, responded in Mandarin, and actually smiled. Then Maya turned to Vincent. "Mr. Calloway," she said quietly in English, her voice steady and kind. "I don't mean to intrude, but I overheard your meeting. Your translator wasn't translating correctly. Mr. Liu wasn't rejecting your offer. He was asking for better terms on the shipping timeline. But she kept softening his words, and he thought you were ignoring his concerns. That's why he left." Vincent stared at her, speechless. Liu Wei stepped forward, speaking again in Mandarin. Maya translated smoothly. "He says he respects you, but he needs a partner who listens. If you're willing to negotiate shipping schedules, he'll reconsider." Vincent's mind raced. This woman, this homeless woman, had just salvaged a deal worth millions. In seconds. You speak Mandarin? He finally managed. Maya nodded. And Spanish, French, and Arabic. I used to work with kids from all over the world. Used to? Her eyes flickered with old pain, but she didn't elaborate. Life happens. Vincent looked at Lu Wei, then back at Maya. Slowly, an idea began forming, one that felt reckless and brilliant at the same time. Can you stay? Vincent asked. Just for a few minutes. I need you to help me finish this conversation. Maya hesitated. She glanced at her bench, her sign, her small corner of the world. Then she nodded. For the next 30 minutes. Maya translated with precision and grace. She captured not just words, but tone, respect, cultural nuance. Liu Wei relaxed. Vincent adjusted his offer. And by the end, they shook hands on a deal. Liu Wei bowed slightly to Maya before leaving, saying something in Mandarin. Maya smiled. He says you're lucky to have someone who truly listens. Vincent exhaled, still processing. Then he turned to Maya. What's your name? Maya Thompson. Maya, he said slowly, I want to offer you a job. Part 4. The offer she didn't expect. Maya blinked, certain she'd misheard. I'm sorry. What? Vincent pulled out his phone, already typing notes. A job. I need someone like you. Someone who understands language, culture, nuance. My company works with international clients every day, and clearly, my current team isn't cutting it. Maya's heart pounded. She wanted to feel hopeful, but hope had hurt her before. Mr. Calloway, I appreciate the thought, but I'm serious. He looked at her directly now, not through her, not past her, at her. You just saved a multi-million-dollar deal in 5 minutes. That's not luck. That's skill. She hesitated, shame creeping in. I'm homeless. I don't have an address, a phone, professional clothes. We'll fix that, Vincent said simply. I'll cover your first month's rent, get you a phone, and front you in advance for work clothes. You'll pay me back from your salary if you want or don't. I don't care. What I care about is talent. And you have it. Maya felt tears prick her eyes, but she blinked them back. Why would you do this? You don't know me. Vincent paused. For a moment, the confident billionaire looked almost vulnerable. My mother was a seamstress, immigrant, spoke broken English. People talked down to her every day, treated her like she was invisible. But she was the smartest person I ever knew. He met Maya's eyes. You reminded me of her just now. The way you spoke to Mr. Liu with respect, intelligence, dignity. That's rare. Maya's throat tightened. She thought of her own mother, of the way she'd fought to give Maya every opportunity, even when it meant sacrifice. I don't want charity, Maya said quietly. This isn't charity. It's business. I need you. Vincent handed her a business card. My office is downtown. Come by tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock. We'll get you set up. If you don't show, I'll understand. But I hope you do. Maya took the card, her hands trembling. Vincent nodded once, then walked back to his car. Maya stood there, alone on the plaza, holding a small rectangle of paper that might just change everything. She looked at her bench, her sign, her blanket. Then she looked at the card again. Tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock. She'd be there. Part 5. The first day Maya barely slept that night. She found a shelter with an open bed, scrubbed herself clean in the cramped bathroom, and did her best to smooth the wrinkles from the one decent shirt she still owned. It was faded and old, but it was cleaned out at 8:30 the next morning. She stood outside the towering glass building that housed Callaway Global Industries, her heart hammering in her chest. She almost turned around 3 times, but then she thought of her mother's voice. You are stronger than your circumstances, baby. Don't you ever forget that. So Maya walked through the revolving doors. The lobby was all marble and steel, intimidatingly beautiful. A receptionist looked up, her polite smile faltering slightly when she saw Maya's worn clothes. "Can I help you?" she asked, her tone just a shade too cool.